Hello everybody and welcome to Judge Mathas, and today on trial stands Action Henk, a really fun little early access game that is focused on platforming, more particularly speedrunning platforming. Now, if you've been with the channel for a while, you've seen me play games like speedrunners, particularly on the NLSS, but it's kind of similar in that vein, but more focused on the single player perfecting your time thing, as opposed to the competitive multiplayer that something like speedrunners brings along. It has a very unique kind of fun art style in its, focus on the toy that you're playing as. In the room itself actually ends up being the level, and they use that pretty creatively. So let's go ahead and play some Action Henk. So I have a few costumes for Action Henk. I'd like to switch them up. We have regular Action Henk, Swan Henk, Summer Henk, and then there's a couple of others that you can go ahead and do, like the early access one right here gives you like a Sonic the Hedgehog one, amongst a few. So let's go ahead and play as Swan Henk. It doesn't matter. It's just a kind of an aesthetic choice. And as you can see, as of right now, in the idea of early access, there's still quite a good number of levels for you to choose from. All of them doing different things and whatnot. These are all work in process ones that are not available yet. These are the ones that I've done so far, which are introduced different concepts along the way. And as the game is developed, there's going to be a ton of content for this game. There's going to be a lot. You can just tell by the idea behind it. So let's go ahead and play in the first one so I can introduce you to the idea of how this game works. Very simple. It is a platforming game focused on, let's go no opponent, focused on perfecting the skills. So you kind of run around, you hit A to jump, as you can see, and it's all about timing everything, right? It's all about timing your jumps, timing your slides, and working with the momentum that you're given. Now, I apologize, I'm not going to play exactly perfectly, as I have essentially, speaking at the same time and playing this game actually has proven very difficult for me. I've tried doing a video on this before, and I don't want to say failed, but my commentary tends to get a bit mixed up as I do it. But as you can see, the basic concept is presented in front of you. It's all about being able to jump at the right times and really just fine-tuning the route throughout a level. And luckily, the game offers real easy replayability. If you've kind of got this part of the level down that you like, there's checkpoints along the way, which also kind of serve as telling you how far behind your personal time or your friend's time, depending on the ghost you're running against, you are. But they also allow you to restart at that checkpoint. So say there's a very particular part of the level you want to perfect. You go up to that checkpoint and just keep running it over and over and over again until you get it down. That way, when you play it, you kind of have the idea down. So let's go ahead and retry it again. But let's switch up the ghost to actually have a ghost running against us. Let's just fight up against the world champion ghost. And with the world champion ghost kind of running against us, I highly doubt, we're going to do excellently here, but we'll see. So the world champ jumps there. This is Rosie. Is Rosie the world champion? All right, so Rosie kind of like has everything perfected, and whoa, she is really effing good. I'm really far behind Rosie. Way behind. So let's try that again and see if we can maybe implement some of the ideas we see of the world champion. Rosie is an CPU, by the way. So racing against Rosie, Rosie is actually not anybody in particular. Until Rosie gets beaten. I just don't understand how we've gotten closer. We're within a second of her. Let's try one more time. And as you can see, the ability to restart instantaneously in a game like this is imperative for replayability, in my opinion. And I can just hit B and I can just restart as I so choose. And because of that, like I said, the replayability in this game is really good. And in a game like this, replayability is utterly important. All right, well, that's going to be that. So let's go ahead. We are the number one out of all of our friends in this. Let's go to the main menu. Let's pick a different level. So obviously going to play as Henk. Let's go ahead and switch it up to... Oh, there's all these characters I haven't unlocked, by the way. Let's switch it up to the Sonic one because he looks great. And let's switch it up to something a little bit more complex. Let's go with the Hot Feet. I actually haven't gotten a medal on this one yet for some reason. So let's pop open the gold medal ghost so we know what we need to get a gold medal. And we'll go ahead and start running it. So one of the things that this game really obviously kind of focuses on is going to be that momentum-based gameplay where you kind of get this feel of how the character's going and then being able to manage it through the dips and turns. Oh, that was silly of me. We're going to restart it. So downward kind of slides like that, you're going to want to slide because as you slide, you actually end up building up quite a lot of speed. But then with things like running uphill, you don't want to slide because as you slide uphill, I can't jump there. As you slide uphill, you're losing momentum, so you want to run uphill. Granted, it's still going to slow you down, but it doesn't slow you down as much. And knowing when to do both is kind of the crux of being good at this game. So we're not going to go ahead and do anything. Oh, we should jump over that. Got it. So let's try that again. Again, learning as I play and commentating as I'm running is actually very difficult for me for some reason. So we'll go ahead and go up. And as you jump there, oh, that was real close. I love that you can run under the bed and there's monsters and stuff. Obviously, the idea is that you're, a kid playing with his toys, and you're kind of like putting him through this track. And my guess is, at least that's how I interpret it, is we weren't able to get it. My guess is that all these things are being imagined as you play, and that's one thing I want to talk about too. The level design is so bright and vibrant, and I believe the game uses the Unity engine, which kind of still it actually works because you've heard me say before that the game Unity engine games almost have a very plasticky feel, and Action Hank takes that. It makes it quite literal by playing as these action figures, and I really like that a lot. So let's play on the highway here, butt slide, and see what this one has to bring for us. Let's see what this one is all about. So this one's going to be all about gaining a ton of speed and not... Okay, well, maybe we need to slide up that one. That's weird. Usually you don't want to slide up it. Interesting. So that one you do want to slide up. That's interesting. They kind of toy with the idea that first they teach you don't want to run up angles, and then all of a sudden with this one, you kind of want to. But, oh, that was so close. Betsy's challenge is open. Let's just go to Betsy's challenge and see what it's all about. I'm beating Northern Lion, so that's all that matters, right? So Betsy's challenge. Beat this challenge to unlock a new character. So that'll unlock a new character. Gotcha. I don't think the character stats are any different. I think it's just a different character you can play as. And I love too that when you jump over, like gaps in the floor, it turns into like the floor is lava, which obviously is something that kids play. I used to play anyway. Wow, Betsy wrecked me there for some reason. Well, it looks like we lost what we were doing there. So let's see if we can beat her. We had her the whole race except for that one part. All right, let's see if we can do it. Where did we lose her? Because we definitely took her there. All right, I don't understand why she's catching up and she beats me. Ah, we're 1.117th of a second behind her. I want to unlock her. All right, let's just go through this. And then I'm going to show you how the game ends up. Okay, that was just bad. Introducing different gimmicks, I guess, along the way to kind of spice up the different tracks. And presumably, as the game is developed and more tracks are implemented within the game itself, we're going to see more and more things like that. So we're right there is a good place for us to catch up. We can kind of catch her there. I don't understand what I did wrong. I'm baffled as to why that particular point she's catching me. Interesting. Let's see if we can figure out why. Because right here, obviously, go down where well, oh, she jumps over it. Okay, interesting. So close. All right, we're getting closer every single time. So she jumps over that thing. It makes sense. Sometimes you need to jump over little gaps like that and not try to, run up them because it's going to end up taking a lot of your time. Just trying to run up it, killing your momentum, of course, and then you have to realize, oh, okay, I should be jumping over that obstacle. And there have been tracks like that before where I haven't really realized. I don't know why I'm doing that. That I should be jumping over something. All right, let's. But now it kind of makes sense for this one. Okay, why am I doing that? I don't know why I keep doing that. All right, jump later. Jump as late as you can here, and we kind of get a little bit of a. I keep doing it. I have this problem with these games where like I restart so fast that my brain is like continually trying to do different things every single time. Okay. I don't understand why I was doing that before. Now suddenly I can't do it. All right. I have no idea Why is this killing me in this particular spot? Come on, I'm wearing the Sonic costume. I should be faster. Alright, try that again. I think I got it this time. If I can't get it this time, we're just going to move on to the next track, because I do want to show you how they do introduce some things into the game that are not necessarily new concepts, but concepts that have been used in games like speedrunners and games like this, and still work with games like this quite well. There we go. So we can go ahead and do that. And now I got to remember to jump over this. All right, come on. I got her. Bam! Got her. That is a horrifying figure. But again, you can tell, obviously, there's like a little string you can pull on her back. She's an action figure. I like it a lot. All right, so I am still the worst out of everybody there, which makes me feel bad about myself, and I should stop playing. But let's go back to the main menu. Let's actually go ahead and play as Betsy. We have no special costumes, so let's go ahead and switch it up. And we will go over here and start showing you some of the things that kind of get introduced. So the one they've introduced so far in this game is the hook shot. And the hook shot, again, is meant to kind of spice things up throughout the game. It changes the way you kind of play the game. So what's interesting is that the hook shot is something that is introduced or used rather in a game called Speedrunners, which I really like. The thing is, a hook shot in Speedrunners obviously is a very competitive thing, but it further accentuates the focus on momentum in the game, right? And the idea of needing to manage your momentum and perfecting your jumps and perfecting your run through a level. That was, in my opinion, sloppy for a run for me, but it just went to demonstrate how it works. So we'll go ahead and do another one of these and show you just what the hook shot's all about. And this one, and how it can get way more complicated. And then the one I can't seem to beat, I'll show you next. Now that area, you always want to try and take the, from what I can tell you in this game, the high ground is very important. But we can like use the hook shot there to build up a ton of momentum. And then you can of course use it to kind of not necessarily cheat your way, but whip up your way through areas like that. So we unlocked another work in progress level. And I'm actually going to go ahead and skip the next level because it's a goddamn pain in the ass. So let's go to the work in progress level. Let's go ahead and play as Betsy. And let's see some of these work in project stuff. Let's see what we got. I haven't played these yet. This will be interesting. I'm curious if they'll introduce any new gimmick in the work in progress stuff. But again, they're work in progress, so don't expect much out of them. They're still going to be very much fine-tweaked and tuned. And level design in this game is pretty much what will determine if a game is what I would consider successful or not. Because it's all about needing to build a level that's going to be smoothly run and for a lot of people still feel real good, even if they're not necessarily the best at the game, but hard enough that when really good players get their hands on this game, they are able to quickly master, or not necessarily quickly, but have this level of challenge where mastering it is something that they have to work on. It isn't handed to them. I apologize. Very broken commentary there as I am trying to figure shit out. So let's go ahead and play her again. Let's check out the next one. See what we got. No opponent. We'll go against the world champion, sure. Rosie will just whoop our ass, I'm sure. Oh, Luke is the world champion here. Luke A64. Interesting. So what he did, it looks like, is he just jumped and like nailed that. Okay, I like it. So he didn't even bother with this, and he just kind of jumped on that one and was able to, all right, I see it, build momentum just by the sheer fact that he was falling, which I like. I like it. Genius. Genius, sir. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to get him. But as you can see, certain routes are a little bit more apt. Wait, what? Oh, the work in progress level has tricked him. Like, why did he turn around and go back that way? Interesting. Well, he crushed me there. Let's try one more, and then we'll wrap up this video. I'm having a lot of fun. Unfortunately, like, critiquing it's really difficult because it's a simple concept that thus far they've executed pretty damn well, and I've been having a real good time with it. Okay. I've been having a real good time with it. I'm looking forward for more levels and them introducing maybe some more gimmicks or something throughout. And for now, what it is, though, it does really well. And it's early access, so would I recommend getting it? It depends on if this is a game that you're looking into, if this is a game you adore, if this is a genre you adore. But what I can say is that what's here, I really like. And I'm having a really good time with it. And I think could be put to good use. And as long as there's a lot of levels and throughout the game they are constantly introducing new things, then I could see me really enjoying this game later on down the line. As platformers in general go, the more new concepts you introduce, usually the better it is for the long term, as it won't get as repetitive as a lot of other games and a lot of other platformers tend to get when they kind of just rest on their laurels, so to speak. So I'd be excited to see what they actually end up introducing into this game. I can't get up there for the life of me, so we'll just wrap this episode of Judge Mathas up here. I'm enjoying it. I will leave the link to the early access link below. If this is a game that you adore, this is a genre you adore, I'd say get in ground floor. It's really fun as it is, and there's about 15 to 20 tracks already in the game that you can mess around with and play. And the more you play, maybe you can help them design a level. If you don't like how it is, you can send in feedback and all that stuff. If you're a fan of the genre but rather wait till it be fully released, I would suggest doing that as well. What I can say is that this is looking like a game that's going to be a really good version of itself, or a really good game in the genre, rather, that is already promising in its current state. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.